1968, I had made 2 combat cruises to Vietnam, and fairly outspoken guy, as you might imagine, and came back from a very tough cruise on Enterprise. I think we lost 11 guys in 17 days. The Air Wing did on Enterprise. And a lot of guys were getting out of the Navy and joining the airlines. They were paying about twice as much. But I, considering how I came about my Navy career, I stayed in. And I was head of tactics at Miramar, San Diego, in Fighter Squadron 121, which was the mother rag, the training place for all Phantom drivers in the Navy. So one day, I got a call. The skipper wanted to see me and brought me in. And he said, we just got this unsolicited report from CNO about, it's called the Ault Report, written by Frank Ault, who was the CO of the carrier Coral Sea at the time. And of course, we're about 5 years into the war by that time. So it's getting old, especially being run by McNamara and LBJ, tell me how much they knew. The young guys always end up fighting the war anyhow for the older guys. So skipper called me in. He says, read this portion of the Ault Report. Said, almost quote verbatim, at NAS Miramar, start 2 graduate schools, one for the F-8 aircraft and one for the F-4 aircraft. 2 graduate schools, get well programs, if you will, to change things out here during the war in the carrier Navy. So I thought, holy mackerel, what a job. And he said, will you do it? And I said, how much time? He said, they've asked for it in 60 days. Now you got to remember, this is a graduate school. They've been training guys for 5 years in the Phantom, but it's got to be a level of changes to change the war out there. So I had about 15, 16 guys, all really talented airplane drivers, great combat experience with me. So I looked at what I thought needed to be done very rapidly. Only had 2 months. And I thought, you can't go to the Bureau of Personnel and ask for people. It'll take months to get them. So I used 9 of us from tactics phase, all combat guys, handpicked them, and all of them had a unique, they had some unique ability in addition to their flying. Number one thing, you got to be able to teach it at the level that the Navy wanted now. Joe's a famous Mel Holmes, best aerodynamics guy I ever met, and a great Phantom pilot. I've known him most of my flying life. And Jerry Sawatzki, big Polish kid, is an animal in an airplane. And people were afraid of him. Smash Nash. He got his call sign for a good reason, Smash. He was unbeatable. He said, I'd rather die than lose. And these guys all brought Jimmy Rulison, a brilliant man on radar and weapon systems. He knew it all. And what he didn't know, he knew the questions to ask. So J.C. Smith, the best RO backseater I could find. I'd flown with him a lot. Jimmy Lang, been shot down twice in the backseat of Phantoms in his 2 cruises and lived. And these guys are good. Darryl Gary, who went on to be my lifelong friend. He was a JG in those days and had 3 additional tours at Topgun when it got up and was running. The war had been going on. We didn't have any place. We didn't have any building. We didn't have a training room. We didn't have any place for our flight gear or anything. So Steve Smith, he was a backseater, but he really should have been a felon. He can get anything done on any given day. And he was my admin guy, and he flew with all of us. But I told him, I said on Friday afternoon, I said, Steve-O, we got to find a place. I said, I know where there's some old buildings, Quonset hut-like buildings. I said, I want you to go down and talk to him, get us one. And that's where we started Topgun. And we just, by hook or crook, we got it done. greatest friendships you ever had, best fraternity of guys I've ever had. In 60 days, we looked at everything, saw obviously the kill ratio up to that point in Vietnam was 2-1. We shot down 2 of them for every one of us that they got. We started bringing the classes in. Our students were from fleet squadrons. We sent out to the COs and said, send us the very best front seater and back seater that you can find.
Morning. Today we're going to run our Alpha Strike, and this is a culmination of your training here at Topgun. Your task today, fighters, is going to be to get a strike group on and off of a target.
And they did. And we had some remarkable students. And we used to fly the A4s against the students. What we did was, from the day Top Gun began to the end of the Vietnam War, we moved the kill ratio from 2-1 to 24-1. We got 24 of them for every one of us. Now, how you get there? Smart guys, none of them got out of the Navy until later. The fleet accepted the new Top Gun tactics. The only thing we did was fly in the vertical, which a Phantom had so much power. It was a winner up there. Anybody that's ever flown off carriers and really knowledgeable naval aviator, you know the flexibility, the speed, the sound, the ways of doing deceptive things. Show me something better. There is nothing that I know, and I would be willing to go back in combat tomorrow.
Please like and share if you find the video content interesting. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment below so as not to miss new upcoming videos. And check out our website to look into all of our films. Thanks for watching.